Alright, welcome back to Forgotten Daily. So we are on another adventure. We are currently in Pennsylvania. We are in Pennsylvania because we are taking a car and dropping it off and then picking up another one. I will do a video on the second car once we get there. Show you this one real quick, and then we're going to hit back on the road. So this is the 90 Daytona, the V6 5-speed car. This is after I've done parted it out. The gentleman's buying it, needs the drive line, etc., etc. So he's going to take all that. And it was just easier to part out the whole car. You can see we got most of the body parts we needed. We stripped the interior and got what we could. We're going to take the steering wheel off once we get there. So the fender's sold. We're about to meet the gentleman to pay for that and drop that off. Got my boy G driving again, so I'm his passenger prince, not a princess. We stopped here at the truck stop rest area in Pennsylvania. We're going to get back on the road and carry on. Alright, so it's several hours later. We had to stop and drop off the blue Daytona. It is gone. The trailer's now empty. And then we stopped and had lunch with them, and then a couple other stops on the way back. We're about 7 minutes away from the car. We're going to get it loaded up and hopefully head back to the house. Might make another stop or two on the way back. I found out my friend here is on the hunt for cast iron skillets. So yeah, a couple detours later, here we are. Alright, so we made it to the GLHS. The surprise. Now comes the time to load the car. You see it's sitting awful low in the rear, awful low in the front. Ain't got no suspension underneath it. So luckily the gentleman has a skid steer. We're going to try to utilize that to get it on the trailer. Getting it home is going to be the next task. Or getting off the trailer is going to be the next task. But we'll figure that out later. Alright, so after several hours of driving yesterday, again, we made it home late last night. I just backed the trailer into the yard and unhooked it from the truck. Today's my wife's day, so I'm going to spend the day with her. This is the GLHS Charger that we picked up. And this car's rough. It sat for many, many years. And before we got it, the way you're seeing it right now is 100% exactly how we picked it up. I have done nothing to it besides back into the driveway or the yard and unhook the trailer. That's it. We had to use a skid steer to load it. You'll see that in this video as well. There's 0 struts on the front. He needed the conies for his own car, for his own GLHS. This car's set for I don't know how many years. The way it was explained to me, it had been sitting since the early 90s. Matter of fact, the last inspection is 1990. So we can almost assume that that is fact. It was supposedly parked on stones under some carport type thing and left. And then it sat for until 2016 when the gentleman I bought it from picked it up. And then it sat again from there until yesterday. I haven't seen the bottom of the car. My plan is to pull the carpet up and see how bad it really is. My assumption on this is that it's really bad. I can't even get the doors open all the way. So he had bought the car to restore, but it was too far gone for him to feasibly, put it back together. So he ended up buying another one and used this one for parts. And it looked to me like the only parts he really used was the conies. So with that said, this is car number 321. And it appears that most of it is here. It's missing the front seats, it's missing the door panels. And then, as mentioned, it's missing the struts on the front and the shocks and springs on the rear. That's why it's sitting on the ground on my trailer. So, what's this car worth restored? And what's it going to take to get it to that point? So there has to come a point in a car's life when those decisions need to be made. And by looking at the car, what you're seeing is what I got, exactly how I got it. I do have the hood, it's in the bed of the truck, but it's mangled, it's damaged. You can see the hood hinges. What happened was when he was moving it, he caught the hood and damaged it. He also damaged the fender. Hood hinges, hood, fender are all the same for a regular Shelby Charger. The only difference is the decal on the bottom of the hood. The jump down here, front side skirts, this fender extensions, same thing, same as a Shelby Charger. I do have them both, but they are both damaged. This fender is damaged, and no, that is not from our strap. That was damaged when we picked it up. This door is damaged, probably fixable, but still damaged, needs work. The sunroof seal is completely rotted away. I saw that when I was up there. The quarter panels, yeah, surprisingly, at least from what I can see, I can't tell here on this ground effect below it yet. I see some bubbling, but nothing bad. So surprisingly, this driver's quarter panel doesn't look bad. The hatch, typical, completely rotted. But again, that's just a regular Charger, Shelby Charger hatch. Rear bumper cover is torn. Probably fixable if somebody wants to do it. But same thing, regular Shelby Charger bumper cover is the same. This quarter panel is damaged right there. It's hard to see in the video, but it's got a big crunch right here, and then it's rusted here in front of the wheel. Now that's probably fixable. Again, keep in mind, I am not a body man. This tire is literally rubbing right on the inner fender because it's sitting so low. The back quarter panel, it looks decent. The wheel opening looks decent. This door looks straight, but it's rusty on the bottom, but it doesn't feel like it's all the way through. Now I know with me pointing out these good things, everybody's gonna be like, oh, you need to save this car. I'll be honest, I'm not going to be the one. I have enough projects that I don't need to worry. I don't need another GLHS Charger. I bought this car for parts for the other one. Now, if somebody wants to come along and they're extremely ambitious and they have a pocket full of money that they have nothing better to spend it on, then, we can talk. I'm not against, it being sold as a complete car, minus what I need, minus what it's already missing. With that said, that comes back to the cost. What's it worth? What's it worth when it's done? What's it worth in its current condition? I know what I paid for it. I know what it cost me to go get it. 4.5 hours one way. The truck gets about 12 to 13 miles per gallon. So, what do we do with this car? Today, I'm doing nothing. Today I'm going to spend it with my wife like I'd said. So it's going to sit here until probably tomorrow. Where at that time, I've got to figure out how to get it off of my trailer and into the garage. Haven't quite gotten that far yet. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it because it does not want to roll. So fortunately I have a buddy that lives in town here. Him and I have already been discussing this. See if we can figure out a way to get it off the trailer and into the garage. Like a dummy, I just last week removed springs from some struts that I had that would have, went up in here. So I should have left those alone for at least a little while longer, for at least the front, and I could have got the front back up in the air. And then we could have dealt with the rear. But it is what it is. That stuff's all gone. So now I get to cross this bridge and figure this part out. I will do another video, probably of this car, a complete going over it. I'm gonna pull the carpet. I need the carpet for my GLHS, which, carpet's carpet. They're all the same. But from here, I can see where it's buckled. I can't get the driver's door open, except for on the inside, because there's no outside door handle. But it's definitely buckled. You can see where it's buckled right there, just beyond the shifter, and then again right over there. And then it's also buckled up right about where the end of the steering column lays. Now, is it just the carpet that's buckled, or is it crunched underneath? I don't know. I'm not going to say it is either or, because I truly don't know. So, with that said, we're going to close this video out on this particular car for today, and then I'll do another one on it as we get it off the trailer and into the garage, and we can do a better evaluation of it. So, all hope isn't lost. I did have somebody a while back ask me they wanted a Charger body that was fairly usable to make it into a, I think he said a drag car. I mean, other than this in front of the wheel, obviously he wouldn't need the floors or the front frame rails because he'd probably put it on some kind of chassis. This would be a good candidate if I can get him to reply. I've sent him a couple messages with some pictures and stuff, so hopefully he responds. And maybe the car can live on in that way. But if not, and nobody wants to step up and take on this major project, then unfortunately its time on earth will be short. So thanks for watching. Like, follow, subscribe. Again, there will be more on this car here in the near future. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great day.